Hi everyone, my name is Chelsea and just going to talk about the portfolio assignment today. I think overall it's been pretty straightforward for me to create this portfolio, especially because I am designing a website for my portfolio versus doing a Word document. So it's been pretty easy for me to kind of work week by week along with the lectures to build out my website. And so at this point, I do have my entire website set up, and I just have to go back in and input, different writings as we progress through the semester. I think kind of going off that, what I have felt the most confident about as far as sections wise would be my artifacts page of my website, just because this is just showing what I've done in the program. I've done really well in this program, and so on all of my assignments, I've gotten a lot of good feedback, and so it's kind of made these um, different assignments and projects that I've done in this program a lot easier to kind of reflect on and talk about. Um, I really like and put a lot of effort into my assignments that I've done, and so it's easy to kind of go back and talk about that. For example, my law class, predominantly we worked on case briefs and legal briefs, and that's something that I really enjoy doing, surprisingly. And so it's easy for me to go back and say, well, this case was really enlightening to me for these reasons, and this is how I'm applying it to my career, and this is how it applies to this greater sense of higher education as a whole. So it's been a little easier to talk about those things. The area that I'm struggling with the portfolio is definitely a reflection piece about the practicum experience itself. My practicum experience was completely cut short, and I don't feel that I had a lot of experiences in there, because I wasn't even able to, hit halfway through my hours. I still had a lot of things planned. The first half of my practicum, I was working on giving presentations and helping with our large scale events. But I was going to spend the second half of my practicum learning more about what goes into planning those events and what the prep work looked like, as well as designing some campaigns for the telecounselors for recruitment endeavors. And so I just really feel like my summary of my experience is going to be very short, and I'm currently not really sure how I'm going to expand upon this experience and how I'm going to really be able to talk about the things that I've done, because honestly, it just wasn't that much. And so I'm struggling on that a little bit. I do believe that I will still be able to put something together, and that goes for my learning contract project as well. But those are the things that I feel most confident about, and the things that I feel least confident about. I think my biggest tip for completing the portfolio would just be to work on it section by section versus looking at the entire document as itself. I chose the route of doing a website, but if you are using the traditional platform, which is a Word document, just work on each section by itself individually and then let it come together. I think it's going to be a good place to start. I think also what's helped for me is that I do have a folder on my desktop that is particularly for the practicum. The portfolio, where I have all of my class syllabi and all of my artifacts for easy access. And so that when I'm linking something in my website, or if you're linking something in your paper, you have it all in one place, and you're not looking and trying to search for these old assignments and things like that. So those are just some tips that I have. I think also to make it a little more fun is to, include some videos versus just your papers from your classes as your artifacts. On my website, I have posted some of my artifacts are video reflections that I've done for some classes or narrated PowerPoints that I made. So those are just some of my tips. I'm happy to share any other tips or answer any questions anybody might have. But I do wish everyone good luck with the rest of the semester because I know it's crazy everywhere, especially here. So have a great week.